So let's talk a little bit about process.
Let's do it. Once you start a song, have an idea for a song, you gotta write the song. We were in a conference like 4 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a long time.
Time's gone by.
And this songwriter, Jason Ingram, was doing this little breakout session.
No big deal.
He's a really good songwriter. He's written a lot of good songs.
A lot of the songs that you love, you'll never know that his name was on it, but he was on a lot of them.
Yeah.
Dude's
Like half the songs we play here.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. Anyways, that guy, he basically said, like, the most important thing with, like, co-writes, like, writing with other people, is to have, like, 3 people in the room. And we've found that this is, like, so important because when you're writing by yourself, you're going to get stuck. When you're writing with 2 people, you're generally, like, in one conversation on the same plane, and if that idea gets stuck, it's going to take a little while to get out of that rut. But if you have 3 people, like, it's just 3 minds working together, and making it all the better. And also, like, finding, like, back to what you were saying about strengths. Like, if you have someone in there who is really good at, like, structuring, like, chords for the song. If you have someone in there who is good at lyric and you have someone who is good at melody, like, that's a powerful combination to have. And obviously, like, people have, like, strengths in other places, but, like, if that's, like, their main thing, that is, like, a really, really good way to do it.
With that element, coming back to the humility piece, you have to be humble enough to know what your strength is and what your weakness is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and not pretend that your weakness isn't a weakness. Because the truth is, like, finding people who complement your abilities just makes for better music. So, like, all that arrogance costs you is quality of music if you decide that you can do everything. You know?
Well, and finding people to complement your abilities is in itself an admission of your weaknesses.
Totally.
So it's like you have to start there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but writing songs, like, the timeline usually, like, it kind of varies, but usually we can get, like, almost every time, like, the base of the song, at least, like, that first or second draft of the song, like, within that 4-hour mark.
Yeah.
And if it's taking longer than that, it's actually pretty frustrating. But sometimes songs, like, you have to just keep coming back to them.
Or be willing to say, we've invested 4 hours in this and it's not going to go anywhere, so let's move on.
Yeah. But and maybe take some ideas from that and put it in another song. Or take some ideas from that.
We actually have, like, a folder that's just a folder to poach.
It's
like,
called,
hey,
it's called Good Tries.
Good tries. Like, there are some elements in there that are good, but this song is never going to see the light of day.
Nope, it will not, and we will make sure it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then there's songs that I wish hadn't seen the light of day.
Some songs that escaped. Some songs that got out there that probably should have been taken out to pasture a little bit earlier.
We all have them.
You know?
But yeah, once you finish a song and you're happy with the lyric and everything. Oh, actually, before we get there, it's a good idea to write to a metronome.
Yeah, that'll get you.
That will bite you in the butt, because, like, you could have, like, this sick chorus and this really good verse.
It has gotten us so many times.
And you finish the verse and you try to go into the chorus and it, like, slows down like 20 BPM. You're like, whoa.
Or it turns into a folk song. It's moving so fast. Like, dang it. It's not what we're writing.
Like, well, that chorus is for another song now.
A much slower chorus.
Yeah,
a much slower song.
Yeah. So yeah, write to a metronome. Especially, like, when you're switching sections. So, like, say you can write the verse. If you're just writing a verse, you can write it however you want it, right? Because you're still, like, finding the structure for it. But, like, once you have that verse and you're like, okay, let's find a chorus, find the BPM, the beats per minute, for that verse. Make sure you're in the same time signature and the same BPM.
Also have bought us.
Moving into the chorus, yeah. So just find that time signature, keep that time signature through the whole song. That's so important, and it will save you.
There's nothing demoralizing. Like, man, that was sweet. Wait, is one of those in 3/4 and one of those in 4/4?
Yeah. Well, that's brutal. That comes from, like, writing 2 different days.
Yeah, that's just a bad situation.
Yeah. But anyways, once you're done with the song and you have that BPM and you have all of your sections and your chord structure, at least, like, the basic chord structure, a demo is super important. And what a demo is it just like a rough
rendering of the song.
The song. It's like what you're gonna use when you go to the studio to work off of. So like you can do a demo just like on your phone, would like technically be one, as long as you're like to a metronome and everything. But like the way that I like to do it is just like if you have a computer, like you can get free programs like GarageBand.
GarageBand's amazing.
You can even get it on your phone actually too.
Yeah.
Like Tristan does a ton of stuff just on GarageBand. He's actually a killer at it. But yeah, so I use like GarageBand or Logic, some sort of digital audio workstation, and you just lay down like the simple chords for the song, lay down a vocal track for the song, and then that'll be enough to work off of when you get to the studio.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to give like a framework for what you're shooting for.
And it'll give you like, it'll tell you how long your song is going to be. Like it'll give you like where you want to put your instrumentals, how many choruses you want to do.
How long the song is.
Yeah, exactly.
You find out you have an 8-minute song or a 3.5-minute song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So that's like super important. So, and then once you finish with that demo, you go to the studio, get all the musicians, you start working on the actual song.
And that's one of the things we're really excited about for this Worship Academy is we have a studio here on site. We want to give songwriters opportunities to make those demos. We want to give songwriters opportunities to even record some of those songs. Like that's not a promise because sometimes like that's all I'll say. That's not a promise. However, like that's one of the things that we're passionate about as a church and as a ministry, and that's one of the things we're passionate about seeing grown up in the next generation of songwriters and leaders. So we hope that you step into that because we'd love to walk alongside you in that process and help you learn and help you grow and hopefully benefit from your gifting.
Yeah, and that's like, I can't even emphasize how like cool that is. Not just like, I'm not trying to like pat ourselves on the back. Like it's so cool you might get to work with us.
We're gonna hang out with you.
No, but like I just can't even like if I had that as a kid or as a young teenager, like just like some guidance, I would have skipped so many of the failures and skipped so many of like the growing pains. Like just having like somewhere to learn from like professionals rather than on my own. It is huge. Yeah. Huge.
So we hope you take advantage of that.
Yeah, for real. I think that's all I've got.
That's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed this. We look forward to meeting you in person. If you've got any questions, you can email or contact us. The information is going to be on your screen, but we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to help you out somewhere around here. And we look forward to seeing you in person one of these days.